Welcome to Rewire Yourself Rich, the podcast for the woman who's done with temporary bullshit mindset shifts and ready for a full nervous system level identity upgrade. The woman who knows she was born to transform the world with her unique superpowers. I'm your host, Kelly Pender, wealth identity rewiring expert, intuitive mentor, and creator of the Rich Coded Method. In our world, we don't manifest like needy ass bitches. We re-encode the big fucking deal wealthy woman back into yourselves. We shift your DNA to remember who the fuck you are. Ready to become rich coded, getting paid to exist? Let's fucking go. Yes, Katelyn. Oh my gosh. This is a dream come true having you on the pod. I'm so freaking excited. You are just a gem. You are magnetic, and you have transformed my life, my body, the way that I just show up for myself, show up for my business. And I'm so excited because I'm going to be on your pod soon. But today we are diving into all about you and your experience with Tap and Twerk. But before we do that, I just want to say hello. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited to have you.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here. I want to tell the world about how I tapped and twerked my way into a new identity. I'm so excited.
So excited. This is so fun. So this is going to be such a fun conversation. All of our listeners who are listening are going to be like, oh my God, my energy is just activated. What is going on?
Get ready, baby.
Get ready, baby. So let me just share the backstory for those who don't know. So you and I met for the very first time at an event in Tampa. Mm-hmm. And this was back in November. And this was the very first time that I ever spoke on stage.
Crazy.
And so
you would never have known, by the way. You would never have known. Kelly came in like top contending spot for best speaker at the event. So it was natural from the get-go. Are we surprised? Our expressive queen.
No big deal. So we met the day before because we were on a retreat for the event, and you were in the room when Tap and Twerk was birthed.
Yes, I was.
Such a special moment, such a special gift just to be part of the birthing of my next edge, my next level movement. And then I began to bring her on stage, and you and I just formed such a beautiful soul connection. Yeah. And then we connected again. What, a few months later in Florida again?
Yes. Florida is our like energetic portal.
It truly is. And so you and I were on an epic brand experience, brand shoot together, and we were both showcasing our bodies of work for the first time. So I showcased Tap and Twerk for the world for the first time, and you showcased body-based scaling to the world for the first time. And I just need everyone to know who's listening that when you are in this edge of expansion, of really birthing your body of work, which is meant to be a movement, which you were meant to go on a global tour with to impact hundreds of thousands of millions of lives, it is so important to surround yourself with women who are moving like you and women who are doing the same. Wouldn't you say?
In a huge way, like fucking tweet. Because honestly, you can have an idea. And you can come up with the execution for the idea, and you can make the roadmap, and you can make the plan, and you can tell the people, but actually doing it and then believing in your ability to execute everything that you just came up with on paper and in your head, very different things. And of course, we're going to build ourselves up. Like, we're going to build up the identity of the woman that can bring it forward. But the freaking energetic portal, the way that the wind like sweeps you up when you are in an environment of other people that are, first of all, witnessing you in your excellence and mirroring it back to you, but also seeing other people believe in themselves, that is so activating. Like when we were in this experience together in Florida, we both witnessed, like, I got to experience Tap and Twerk for the first time. You got to experience body-based scaling for the first time. Us getting to do that together and also getting to witness, like the first time you did it, Kelly, was genius. Like right away, there's no way that was your first time doing it, but it was, because it was just channeled through you. And that's very inspiring, because then when I, lead body-based scaling, I'm in an environment where I can let the full mastery come forward because you let the full mastery come forward. And that energy, the way it builds off of each other in person, to me, that was a quantum leap moment. Because I couldn't continue forward from that moment the same way ever again. it was truly like a line in the sand moment of being able to witness each other in that experience and say, okay, from here on forward, we're different. And that energy, the way it builds, girls, a ping pong match where we're just like going up and up and up together. It was magical, truly.
So magical. Oh my gosh, I love that. Yes. And then we reunited again in San Diego. What?
A
2
week
weeks later?
No, it was 1 week. It was actually 5 days later.
No big deal. We're just traveling the country, traveling the world,
Doing
and
the thing.
experiencing each other's body of work. And I'd love to hear. So you were there. So in Tampa in November is when it just came through, but I wasn't like facilitating tap and twerk, right? I was actually facilitating EFT tapping, and then the twerking just made its way in.
It just made its way in.
So that's where it was birthed. And then for the first time in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, is when I first facilitated it.
Yeah.
Then just 1 week later, we met again in San Diego. And this was my second time facilitating tap and twerk. And I would just love to hear about your experience from this evolution. And let me just be vulnerable and share with everyone, kind of like what you were saying. We think that we have to have this entire outline, this entire like plan from A to Z mapped out. But the truth is, when you just let the how go, when you let this like, I need it perfect, I need it to look this way. And when you let yourself truly just feel in your body, feel in your frequency and let yourself channel, wouldn't you say that that's when it's most powerful?
Oh, yeah, because that's authentic. That's not you in your head thinking, okay, what do I say? How do I do it? You're like, okay, universe, channel through me. This isn't about me. This is about the work that comes out of it. And it's so easy to tell when somebody's channeling a method versus when they're analyzing a method. I mean, the energetic frequency that transmits out is different.
Yes, so true. And I want to say why it's different, and I'll definitely share this when I'm on your podcast, but
Yes.
it's different when it comes from your body rather than when it comes from your brain.
Yes. Oh, yes. That can't be emphasized enough. I mean, one of the reasons I feel like we've connected so much is because we are both body-based practitioners. You know, like I train the body, you express through the body. We both have so many overlapping ways that the body is really the tool here for bringing the magic forward. And so, like, I know for me personally, I found that because I lived so much in my head that I needed to find a way to let the true, like I could feel I was blocking myself. I had to let the true expression come out, and that was only going to come out by getting it through my body. It was never going to come out by endlessly journaling or thinking or talking it through. It had to be expressed through. And that, I mean, we'll get into it, I'm sure, in a moment, but that's one of the reasons that I personally feel like I had such an identity shift, specifically with tap and twerk. Because talking about expressing yourself and then getting up in public in a park in Florida and twerking for the world to see is a very different form of radically expressing yourself. So I'm like jumping the gun here. I'm giving away some details. But yes, having the energy come through your body and not your brain is so shifting. It's truly a moment of, oh, that's so much more embodied than I ever could have just thought about.
Yes. Yes. I love this. What a perfect setup, because now I want to hear your first experience with tap and twerk when I led it for the very first time when we were together in Florida.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'll even tell you some tea that I didn't even tell you while we were in it. So when we were in Florida, we were all, dressed up to the nines. We'd just gone out to dinner and we were going to go through this incredible tap and twerk immersion afterwards. And so there's a lot of work I've personally done myself over the last couple of years about, getting to express yourself through what you're wearing. So being really, eccentric in what you're wearing, being okay, being perceived, being witnessed in public. Those are all things that has been a big journey for me. Yeah. And there's definitely still so much room to grow there. And so when I found out that we were going to experience tap and twerk, not in the comfort of our beautiful Airbnb, but in a public park, in a beautiful, mind you, this isn't just like a trashy little park. It's a beautiful public facility in the heart of, where were we? West Palm Beach?
I think, or Boca Raton.
Oh, but we were, sorry, we were. It was Boca Raton, you're right. And which is a beautiful, like thriving, bougie community.
So
And so we come into this park, just strolling on in, dressed up in our heels and our sparkles, and you've got your fur coat on, and we're finding this beautiful venue to do it in. And I'm looking around and I'm going, oh my God, there's people walking by after dinner. There's all these humans around. And so there was a whole aspect of tap and twerk being in an environment where anybody could witness you, the cars driving by, the people walking by, and you have no idea who it's going to be, and it doesn't matter. And that was the beauty. So my first experience with tap and twerk, it being public, was a huge piece of me. Raise your hand if you don't know how to twerk. That's me. And you purposefully don't teach us how to twerk. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to get really vulnerable with my tapping, and then I'm going to get really vulnerable with my twerking, and I'm just going to let the world witness it. And again, this was so far outside of any expressive comfort zone of mine, which in and of itself is a beautiful thing. But also, Kelly, the space that you cultivate, like the specific way that you lead it, your energy, you have such a beautiful embodiment of, I'm a big fucking deal and I don't fucking care who sees it. Like that's an energy and a space that you cultivate so beautifully in yourself that when I saw you getting up in this park, being so expressed in your words, so confident in the way that you were physically bringing the tapping forward and then the twerking forward, it was a permission slip for me to be led by you in this experience where I said, okay, I can let go. Okay, this is a safe space for me to really express, to get out of my comfort zone, and I know I'm going to be held by the people around me. So even the energetic portal that you created just by your energy leading it in this park space, I went, okay, I can let go. I can let these cheeks shake. Like I can get down and dirty and low with it. And being in that space and being witnessed and being led, I vividly remember the moment that the experience concluded and we were all like giving each other hugs and saying how fun it was. I felt something deeply inside of me go, oh, that was an important moment. Like that was a line in the sand moment for you. Because if you just tap and twerked in front of strangers and you were so fully expressed and you were able to let yourself go in that way, you were going to have so much more freedom expressing yourself from here on forward. And that's exactly what happened. So that first tap and twerk experience, for the many layers that it was, and I've said this word a couple of times, so I don't want it to ruin its potency, but truly a line in the sand moment for me where I said, okay, from this moment forward, you radically get to be different. And that permission slip was really important for my journey.
Oh, I love this so much. I literally have full body chills, mostly in my head and on my arms. This is this is everything, because so many of us, especially like female entrepreneurs and leaders, it's like we're so used to creating in our safe space, in our home, in our office, in our car. And we're showing up and being seen. Yeah, we're showing up and being visible, but also you're in a safe space. So that gets to be normalized and it gets to be easy after time, right? And so moving that same concept into the public eye, where most of us are like, oh my God, everyone's looking at me, everyone's going to judge me, it's no longer a safe space. I never heard that from you before, and I love that so much, because my goal in life is to literally find safety and your home in your body anywhere you are in the world. Right? And the fact that you were able to experience that while we were in a very public place with many cars driving by, many people walking by, people sitting on benches, people behind us just there doing their things. It's like, I see them and I want to just tighten up. I want to tense and I want to censor myself a little bit because I'm being watched. And so, like I said, when you can find safety in your body and be fully expressed in a public place, it's like, do you know how far that's going to take you in life, in your business, in your leadership, in your self-expression?
And you know what? You actually just opened a new concept for me by saying that I hadn't even thought about before. And I really love where you said, when you can find safety in your body, then it doesn't matter where you are. Oh my God, that's crucial, especially as an entrepreneur or as a woman leading any kind of movement, like any type of empire. You're going to be trailblazing the way a lot, and you're going to have to put yourself out there a lot. You need to know how to be able to show up as exactly who you are in any space, because something as, you know, quote unquote small as a local networking event, all the way up towards speaking on a massive international stage in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people, you still have to cultivate that same level of radically giving yourself permission to express in safety in the body in any environment. And I hadn't even thought about it in that way before, but that is a really eye-opening concept for me. And it's a really good way to summarize, honestly, what I felt in the park. That's exactly what it was. It was like, it doesn't matter if I'm on Zoom or if I'm in Boca Raton in the middle of the goddamn town twerking my booty. Like, I'm safe either way. It's okay.
I love it. And it feels so good to be like, oh, I'm free. I'm free to be me. I don't care about judgment. I don't care about what other people think about me. And truly, that is like the biggest cock block in leadership and entrepreneurship. It's that judgment. What are they going to think? Because as women, we're so programmed and conditioned to be like, did I do that right? No, I didn't. It's wrong. And then we think everything is wrong. And then we hold shame in our bodies, and that shame is felt.
Yes. Yes, it is deeply. It's like it's patterned in. You have to overcome the programming, which amazingly, there's ways to do that. We don't have to be victims to the program. We just need to be aware of it in order to recode it. And it's beautiful getting to see so many women coming forward with a body of work that does help us reprogram that natural coding for what society tells us to be versus what we choose to be. They're different.
Yes, exactly. Oh, I love hearing this. And also, for those who are listening, Katelyn slid in there how I purposely don't teach you how to twerk. And I want to share why. Yes. For anyone who hasn't experienced Tap and Twerk yet, coming to a city near you.
Oh, so, girl, get in the freaking room. I swear. Get in the freaking room.
It's going to change your life. Yes. But the reason I don't teach you how to twerk is because I don't believe that there's a one-size-fits-all way of twerking at all. Because to me, that's following a rule. Would I like to go to a class to learn? Abso-fucking-lutely. But I'm not going to tell you, here's the one way to move your body. Because as long as you're just moving your hips, even if you're just swaying them back and forth, you're going to start to move your body in a way that's like, this is me. This is how I want to move. This is how I want to be expressed. And I'm not going to be the one to tell you how to do it. I want you to feel it first and then move from there.
I love that. You're right. If we tried to follow a certain pattern, that would be following a rule. It's find the way it's going to come through your body. Oh, that's so good, Kelly. I love it.
We break all the rituals here. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that was your first experience. Then just one short week later, now we're in San Diego together. So this is my second time facilitating Tap and Twerk. And we were at an event. We were on a stage. This was no longer outside. But it was still like, I had people come up with me on stage and it was all on camera. It was all being professionally filmed. And this time I had everyone shout out a name that they were called.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because I was called a slut when I dressed the way I wanted to dress when I was 14 and didn't follow all the other boring basic bitches. Sorry, not sorry. And that shut down my expression of how I want to dress for a very long time and made me go on my safety identity. So I shared that and I had everyone on stage share a name that they were called. And then in that moment, we took that moment back, we took our power back, and then we defined and decided who we are from that point moving forward.
That experience was so freaking powerful because avoidant girly over here. I am a recovering avoidant girly. There's so many moments where, you look back on a memory and you just get the full body like it's a cringe. You don't want to think about it. It's in the past. Yeah. Don't bring it up anymore. And those cringy, awkward, anxious, whatever it is, moments from our past, we can choose to not think about them, but our body doesn't choose to let it go. Our body holds the freaking score. So our body's going to have that memory. And so for all of those that choose to just not think about it, it's still stored in you, and it's still going to show up in your modern day life, whether you think about it or not. And so when you brought forward that evolution of Tap and Twerk at that event, which again, being professionally recorded, like cameras ablazing around you, that was another type of witnessing where I could not escape it. But honestly, I felt a lot more open in that environment because I'd done Tap and Twerk the weekend before. I was like, okay, I already feel better. I'm already more expressed. So then that evolution coming forward, I obviously didn't expect that. I had no idea what to expect because you go in, with free expectations, just saying, okay, bring what it is. And so when you said think back to a memory, I just remember thinking, no, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back because that's something I don't want to confront.
Yep.
And so the way you brought it forward, though, was, hey, let's acknowledge this. Let's be so open. Let's think to the memory. Let's connect to the moment, because this doesn't get to have power over you anymore. This is the moment you get to shift it right here, right now. You get to create a radical change in your body. You get to create a moment from here on forward after the session that doesn't get to have power over you. It doesn't get to control your automatic programming anymore. And now you get to be an even more embodied version of the woman you're bringing forward, because you've chosen to recreate your association with this memory. You've chosen to claim the power over it. And so to this recovering avoidant girly, getting to recognize that moment and witness myself saying, all right, this was my experience, and then going through the Tap and Twerk and recoding it and saying, okay, keep expressing. When you bring that shame forward, you kind of want to stop moving your body. You notice that stillness come through, but your facilitation, you said, come on, shake that ass. Let's go. Keep expressing, move through your hips. You're going to bring it forward. You're going to call it out. You're going to say it into the freaking microphone. Mind you held the mic up to each of us and had us say it in front of each other. And now you're going to keep moving, and you're going to keep expressing, and we're going to keep integrating. So I found it to be really profound, because you didn't let me go to my natural tendency, which was to avoid it and pretend it didn't happen. You lovingly shoved me right into it and said, this is the moment you get to reclaim it. And sometimes we need that person outside of us. Even when we feel empowered ourselves, we need that person outside of us to say, no, girl, take your moment back right here, right now. That evolution of Tap and Twerk was powerful. And again, I didn't expect it. So it threw me for the best little surprise.
Oh, I love it so much. It's so true to hear that, though, from your perspective, right? Who was there on stage, because it's there's nowhere to go. I called you up here to call you forward, and you can't hide. You can no longer run away from something you were holding on to from the past. We get to face it. We get to see it. We don't have to relive it. We just get to decide, this isn't who I am anymore because this person made me feel this way. Or this happened from this experience that I've been unknowingly censoring and filtering myself to protect myself from experiencing that shame, discomfort, disappointment, rejection again.
Yes. And to something we were talking about earlier, the way women will stifle their voices is it's a collection of these moments over and over and over again you've experienced throughout your life. And you might have a therapeutic environment where they say, let's relive it. What can we learn from it? You might have a shadow work prompt that's okay, let's talk through it. But to fully be in your body, be witnessed claiming it and recoding your power with it. That's not something anyone's doing. It's not something anyone's teaching. And it sure as hell isn't something that people are teaching you how to express. And so to me, that in and of itself sets this apart for women that are truly destined to and committed to being a top 1%, someone that's truly committed to being on a journey of let me really discover who I am and bring that forward in the biggest way and change the most lives with that. Because when we free ourselves, the way that then translates into the work with our clients or our relationships or our children or our friends, whatever it is, you can't even comprehend the power it puts back into your hands until you've experienced it yourself.
Yeah. Ultimate freedom, because you're no longer hiding from yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. There's nothing to hide from. You're powerful. There's nothing that you don't need to hide from anything. You've already taken your shame, slayed it away, and then brought in power back into your hands.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love this so much. Okay. So I get home from San Diego and then I get a text from you when you were like out in public. By the way, can we just highlight that you sent me this whole video of yourself in public, in a public parking lot, being like, Kelly, oh my God, send me this 3-minute long video. Can we just take a moment for this? Fullest expression, not giving a fuck about anyone around you, filming yourself in public.
That's true. Thank you for recognizing that, because I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, that was huge. I was like, girl. There she is. She doesn't give a fuck. Big fucking deal. We can say what we want in public because we're fully expressed.
Right.
So what was it that you shared with me in that video with your kids?
Okay. So I'm so happy to share this because I'm still over the moon about it. So back-to-back Tap and Twerk weekends, less than a week later, again, less than a week. That's so crazy how fast energy moves when we allow it to move. Less than a week later, I get a message from a woman who had done my free body-based scaling session. I have a 30-minute session that anybody can do, and she had chosen to sign up for it. She did the body-based scaling session, and then she came to me and she said, that was amazing. That is one of the most powerful I have, felt in my body in so long. I want you to facilitate this at my retreat in Costa Rica in November. You're the first person I'm asking. Honestly, immediately I knew that this is exactly what the women at my retreat need. And she said, I'm going to fly you out. You can join the retreat. Everything's going to be covered. Don't even worry about it. I just want you in this room and I want you to facilitate this space. I screamed. I was so happy because, one, it's beautiful to see the work. It's beautiful to see the way that your work influences people and the way that it magnetizes her energy. And also, the first freaking words that came to my mind was, wow, I'm a big fucking deal. And so that is when I sent that message to you. I said, oh my God, I'm a big fucking deal. That's how we finish every Tap and Twerk session. It's, and I'm a big fucking deal. And immediately that sentence came to my mind and I said, holy shit, I freed myself. I made my shame my power. I got to Tap and Twerk 2 weekends in a row. I got to experience this expression, this freeing, this liberation in my body. And less than a week later, I don't even have to pitch myself to someone. Someone comes to me and says, your work freaking rocks. Come be my guest. I want you to be here. Your work is important. And I was like, you know what? I'm a big fucking deal. And I felt it. Like I felt it in my bones for the first time.
If that's not evidence of really being the living, breathing embodiment of the frequency of I'm a big fucking deal, I don't know what is. I love that. Like you truly, I mean, I've been watching your evolution. I've been with you and you've unlocked next level leadership, right? Of really owning your body of work. And I can feel it in your body because it transmitted to me with the certainty and with the conviction, with just going all in on yourself. And to see that being encoded within you and to have that reality responding to you, it's like, but of course that happened.
Honestly, you hear so much about the 3D will catch up with you when you change your frequency, right? That's such a key conversation. And I fully believe that. With every cell of my being, I believe that. And there had been a lot of patience on my end where I said, okay, I'm changing my frequency. Where's the 3D? And then getting to actually express it through my body. And in that unique environment, that's when the 3D caught up to me. And I said, okay. Bring it into the body more, radically express more. You've found the success codes within your body. You figured out a magic secret here. Like it almost feels like I'm looking around. I'm like, nobody else knows this. Like, does anybody realize how powerful this is? And so I feel like I had this little secret. But again, it's not a secret. Like I'm here because I want more women to realize it. This isn't hoopla. Like this isn't hearsay. This is truly my lived experience. And the way that I saw it shift so fast with speed, I mean, the speed is the thing that stood out to me the most. It was just so magical. And it just opens up the world of possibilities for like how magical it gets to continue being moving forward, just because the power and the freedom that got unleashed from all of it.
Oh my gosh. I love that so much. Oh, I'm celebrating you. This, like, to me, I'm like, girl, this is just the beginning. This is just the part of all that's to come. Like, how freaking magical and incredible is that?
So magical and so incredible.
So good. Okay, so for those who are like, tap and twerk, what would you say to someone who's considering coming on the Tap and Twerk tour?
Oh, it's funny you use the word considering, because I'm like, what? Go. Why are you considering it? And okay, I'll ground for a moment here. I'm also a super skeptical buyer. I am the type of person where if I'm going to commit to an event, if I'm going to commit to a coach, if I'm going to commit to a program, whatever it is, I like to analyze and I like to think and I like it to think it through again and then maybe one more time. Mm-hmm. And so my energy doesn't always move super quickly when I choose to commit to something, especially an in-person event. And with all of that being said, you understand how skeptical I am and how much I can like really hold resistance to something before committing to it. This is something where if somebody had showed me the transformation and they'd showed me the experience and they'd showed me what would come from it after, I would not have even had to spend 10 seconds thinking about it. I would have said, okay, let me experience that right now. Because again, this is a type of work that I don't see other people doing it. This is truly, first of all, it's a one-of-one. When I say literally no one, that's not me. It's literally nobody. Nobody else made Tap and Twerk. That is truly one of one. That is Kelly Pender only. And the type of work it is, the type of transformation it brings out of you, that is not something that can be replicated through other means. That really is unique to this type of work. And so for the woman that does feel like maybe she stifles her voice, maybe she trips over her words when she wants to express more. Maybe she feels a lot in her throat chakra. I have had a whole history of my throat chakra. If you feel like you want to wear the bold outfit, but then you just go back to the black every single time, or you know that your work deserves to be witnessed by more people, you know more people need your work, what you bring forward to this world, and you can't quite figure out why you're not able to magnetize more people in, or why you're not able to have the impact that you know you can create. There's a little bit of stuckness. You don't know what it is because you know you got good shit, but you're just a little bit stuck. This is the solution. And I say that with my full chest because I've experienced it. And, you know, sometimes you hear a story and you're like, oh, good for them. No, I promise every single human that steps inside this space is going to have a magical frequency shift because you literally cannot not in that environment. It's so potent. Kelly, you yourself have just mastered the ability to hold the space, which again, you can have somebody that does a method, but to have somebody embody the method and create the space where there really can be transformation, that's also really unique in my opinion. And all of it has just come together in a way where I really believe this is a breakthrough moment for anybody that gets to experience it. So stop freaking considering and move your ass. Let's work. Come on.
You heard it from the one and only Katelyn Pennell. Stop considering, move your ass, unleash, unlock, ultimate freedom. I mean, I don't know, warning, you may get booked on an international stage, just saying.
Sounds like that's the standard now, so.
Just how it is. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. You are so incredible. What an honor to have you in my life, in my close circle of beautiful women. And I'll be on your podcast soon sharing all about my life-altering experience with body-based scaling. So make sure you head over to Katelyn's podcast then. And in the meantime, tell us how we can find you and where we can connect with you.
Oh my gosh, please flood my DMs. I love the conversations. So you guys can find me on Instagram. It's Katelyn.Pennell, Katelyn.Pennell. That is me. You get to find me on all of my glory on Instagram. It's the best way to start a conversation. I love a voice note. Give me a voice note. Let's actually connect with each other, have a real conversation. You can find me on TikTok too, which is Fit by KP. I get really expressive on TikTok. So if you want to hear a thing or two about what you need to hear, definitely go over and find me on TikTok. And then just message me, tell me what you're experiencing right now, what you're looking for, what you're going through, and then we can figure out the best path forward for what feels like the best fit to get you fully scaling to your champion winning self.
You heard it from the walking trophy herself. Oh my gosh, what a gem. What a winner. I love you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your magic and your experience with Tap and Twerk with us.
Oh my gosh, thank you for letting it come forward in its full glory.
Oh, what a time. Yes. If you loved this episode as much as I did, please take a screenshot and tag me on Instagram so I can share you and your incredible body of work to my network and celebrate you. And as a special abundance gift, please give us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Take a screenshot, send it to me on Instagram, and I'll send you my sexy sales hypnosis to rewire yourself rich in your sleep.